one minute you're an active 20-year-old about to jet set off to the other side of the world and start your career, and then the next you get a roadblock that stops you from continuing your life's journey. My life before encephalitis, I was 20 years old. I just finished a Bachelor of Strategic Communication. I was working part-time and on a casual basis and studying. So I guess the main part was I was constantly on the go. I always had things on. I didn't really take care of my body or listen to my body. I was just go, go, go. I also had planned a trip to South America in February, but that didn't go as planned because in January 2017, I was rushed to hospital and diagnosed with encephalitis. The primary diagnosis was post-viral autoimmune rhomboencephalitis, which is essentially inflammation of the brainstem and cerebellum in the brain. And what could have happened was either I had a virus and it attacked my brain, or my immune system accidentally attacked my brain whilst trying to combat the virus. And to this day, and I don't think ever, they'll find out the cause of how it happened. So 2 weeks prior to my diagnosis, I had an ongoing headache. A few days prior, I started developing double vision, but being the stubborn 20-year-old that I was, I continued to go to work. I had one of my best friends' 21st the night before I went to hospital, said a speech, which was about as good as someone at a bar after a few too many drinks. The next day I didn't move from bed. My mum called a home doctor who came and said she's just fatigued or unwell, and a bit of water she'll be okay. The whole day passed and I still didn't move. I had two close friends that also came and realised that something was seriously wrong. Then my mum and Santine and Monique took me to hospital. I pulled out a wheelchair, and upon the first consultation, the person who was examining me thought that it was from a drug overdose, which was impossible because I wasn't a drug user, but they didn't really believe that either, because they had no idea how someone at the age of 20 was all of a sudden immobile, non-responsive. I was flopping over everywhere. The left side of my face had also drooped, so they suspected that it could have been a stroke as well. During this ordeal, it kind of, I guess my experience was it went from bad to really, 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 really bad. The next day, I was pretty much could not move, not responsive. I was taken to the neurology ward. I was fed through a tube, slept for majority of the day for the following days. Couldn't walk, couldn't talk, couldn't see. It was almost like nothing for me. Nothing was going on, nothing was happening. I wasn't me, I wasn't there. I wasn't real, I guess. I was just in bed in a hospital, and that was all I could understand of it. Day by day, I slowly started to get better. Rehab included a lot of daily visits from physiotherapists, occupational therapists, neurologists, doctors, nurses, friends, family, and everyone just kind of trying to get me back to the person that I was before. The hard part about when I moved from hospital to rehab was that you're kind of in an environment where there are people who are a lot worse off than you. So there's a lot of mental health issues. There's crying at night. So it's a very emotionally heavy environment as well. And then you add on the struggle of trying to get your your body to work the way it should be working and your brain to be working the way it should be working. It's definitely a massive journey and process, and it takes a lot of strength and resilience to accept the cards that you've been dealt with. This is going to sound strange and absurd, but I didn't really care that I couldn't walk or talk or see, or wear an eye patch for the next 6 months, or have chronic fatigue for the next 6 months. It was more so that everything before encephalitis, my memory really struggled to remember. And I had to kind of retrain my brain to get back up to speed again. So I knew that the physical part could be worked on by repetitive physio and pushing through, but your brain is your most valuable asset. So when that's knocked around, it's hard to hold on to that positivity of that things will get better eventually. My plan was to finish uni, start my career, travel, and then all of a sudden my plans have changed and I'm in a hospital bed for who knows how long, with doctors saying I might not be able to make it. That's why I think positivity and resilience is so important when you go through something like that, because when everything's going against you, it really benefits to hold on to that strength. I'm a strong believer that no matter what you're going through or what cards you've been dealt with, if you believe strongly enough that it's going to get better, then it'll get better. And for me as well, even after going through that, I think it's opened up my perspective and made me so much more of a grateful person, and made me so confident in my skill set, in my in everything I do. And it's also made me really appreciate every little thing I have in my life, from my friends to my family to my job to my ability to do little stuff like get in my car and drive to the supermarket.
Oh my god! Oh, that is so cute.
When I had encephalitis, I didn't know that the society existed. If you know that there's other people out there who have experienced it, I'm sure that that can give you some sort of reassurance that you're not the only one going through it and it's not some freak incident that's happening to you. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, reach out as much as you can, communicate if you feel like you need to reach out and vent. And if you feel like life's not fair, then you're entitled to feel that way, because nothing's perfect, and it's healthy to express that and communicate that. And I think the most important thing is also listening to your body. So if you feel tired, then sleep. Don't push yourself. Like if you feel like you need time out from people for a few hours, then make sure you switch off. Listen to what your body's trying to tell you, because it's always trying to talk to you if you listen.